and teams make adjustments on a year to year, week to week, day to day, etc. But since we're on the Lions, by the way, and I want to touch on this, Ben Johnson. He's going to be the number one hot commodity. He could have been the number one hot commodity last year, and this is why I believe that he will take the Cowboys job when they fire McCarthy, and that's just inevitable unless McCarthy goes on this incredible run this season, and which we can all see that it's probably not going to happen. I think Ben Johnson was waiting for the Cowboys job. He could have easily last year gotten any job that he wanted more than likely. And he didn't. He decided to stay. Did he decide to stay because Dallas was not open? That I strongly believe that he did that, and I think he will be the next Cowboys head coach.
I strongly disagree with you, Rafa, on this. And I agree with everything you said. He bet on himself. He could have left last year. Um, the fact that he stayed was kind of a head scratcher because everyone wanted him. Now, why in the hell would Ben Johnson, Jerry Jones reminds me a lot of Al Davis when Al Davis went senile. We saw what Jerry Jones did. He traded a fourth round pick for a, a fucking receiver that was probably going to get cut. Jerry Jones is your GM. The only way, which it will never happen, if I'm Ben Johnson, the only way I go to Dallas is that I have full control. I get the Bill Parcells. I pick my groceries. I cook the dinner. And Jerry Jones will never do that. He will never give up because when they win, he wants that, you know, giant size pie of credit because that's who Jerry Jones is. I'm a football guy. I played at Arkansas. I ran the fucking wishbone. The game has passed you, Jerry. You didn't make fucking a move in the beginning of the season, and you've only continued to make shitty moves during the season. If I'm Ben Johnson, I wouldn't go to the Cowboys. It's America's team, whatever. It's a losing situation, Rafa.
That's the only explanation. That's the only explanation I have for him staying back last year when he could have gone to any job that was there.
What if it's as simple as he believes in the team that they've built and that they could win a Super Bowl, which it looks like they can?
Why wouldn't you go to Chicago? Why wouldn't you go to Chicago? You're just missing an offensive line.
Well, with Dallas, and listen, Chicago is there now. It's probably going to be there as a job. So now, and the Raiders' job is probably going to be there as well, and you'll be able to pick your quarterback in Chicago. But in Dallas, you have a top 5 receiver, and you have arguably a top 8 or 10 quarterback. And last year, we know that he was top 4 or 5. So that had to have been his thought process last year. I still think he goes to Dallas. Um, Chicago is a great job, as it could be a great job and stay in the division. But that's him staying back last year is why I believe that he will go to Dallas, because I don't think it wasn't open last year. So
Jared Goff is on a generational run where the last 5 games, his completion percentage is like 85%. It's never happened. At one point, he had more touchdowns than he did incomplete passes. And Jared Goff is not running around the field making circus act plays. I don't think he needs an ultra talented quarterback. Eh, I think Dak would do great with Ben Johnson. I just don't feel like I just wouldn't want the headache of a senile Jerry Jones, man.
let me
Basically.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you're a competitor, right,
Hmm.
and you're a competitive person, which you are, right?
Hmm.
Would it not be an incredible feat to go into Dallas and get them to the Super Bowl, which they haven't been to an NFC title game in 30 fucking years, right? Or almost 30 years. Would that not be a greater feat in would than going into, let's say, Chicago, where you're going to have to compete with the Lions in the division?
100%. When you're the quarterback and the head coach, of the Dallas Cowboys, winning is even more praised.
Special. And
It is.
exactly.
But if you're talking about a challenge, I could think of another challenge that's even better than the Dallas Cowboys. Come to the Las Vegas Raiders, where Dallas has won 12 games in the last fucking 4 years.
No.
You know?
I know. But for me, if I'm Ben Johnson, I'm definitely Dallas. When it gets down to it, Dallas, I think is
There's no question.
Dallas is a better job. I mean, when you're the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, or you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, it's a different aura
It's like
around.
the shortstop of the New York Yankees.
It's the biggest thing. It's bigger than that. I think. I think when you're the Cowboys quarterback or you're the head coach of the Cowboys, it is the biggest fucking thing on this in this country. I think. I think in this country, those two gigs are extremely large, and I think Ben Johnson is up for the challenge. He's an arrogant dude, and you can see his arrogance in his play calling.
Oh my God,
And
bro.
that show that he put on in Dallas, he put the fuck to them, and he made it be known that I'm the baddest motherfucker out there when it comes to calling plays. And that's why I think he's gonna end up in Dallas. I really do. And it would be great for Dallas, and that's just my take on Ben Johnson and the Dallas Cowboys. So
Come to the Raiders, Ben.